We'll get to that, but first, why don't you tell me how you got from being in the Marines to having a PTSD episode that saved my life?
I saw some really ugly action in the military.
I bet.
When I got home, I thought I was handling it.
But you weren't.
Started using. And I hate that, even now. But I was that weak. But I got lucky. I got busted before I ended up on the streets or OD'd. Not that there weren't drugs in prison, but I had enough sense not to use them. Guess that was my rock bottom.
And your relationship with your mom?
Oh, I crashed and burned when I stole her last paycheck.
You took it and went straight to a dealer?
She kicked me out. Shortly thereafter, I went to prison. Could have been 20, but I only got 5. Took a deal.
Smart man.
Dumb man, trying to get smart.
Well, you've succeeded.
Got my head down. Did my time.
So you didn't want to go home when you got out?
I knew my mother wanted nothing to do with me, so I met up with some buddies in Chicago.
To work on motorcycles?
You right?
No. I have a really good friend who does.
Renault definitely came in hot when we weren't looking. Targeting you, the business, Michael.
You think he assumes Michael's the heir apparent?
I mean, wouldn't you? I mean, Michael's had meetings with the 5 families before, and EOQ looks like the perfect front.
Cyrus Smith with the warehouse probably thought it was my base of operations.
Which tells us, while this guy is brutal, he didn't do his homework. The goal in Brooklyn was you. Michael at the pier, your lieutenants at the warehouse.
You know, when I went to visit him, he tried to negotiate. He wanted to give me like 10% of everything that's moved through here.
Yeah, and what'd you say?
Hell no. I said no for 2 reasons. You know I don't deal with drugs, right? And I don't want to give Cyrus an invitation to double-cross me and take me out.
Yeah, there's no way that he would honor that agreement.
Okay, what do we got?
We think that Renault was planning a test shipment.
Why?
Spinelli found a distribution company that didn't even exist 6 months ago. And it's suddenly starting a trucking route all the way from Seattle to Port Charles.
Bike shop was a good gig for me. Steady, predictable.
Still no contact with your mother?
I knew better than to reach out to her. But I could still follow her on my face. That's when I saw her post go up with her and Dev, who was supposedly her grandson, my son. I had to find out what was going on.
And you knew, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that he wasn't yours, that there was no way.
No way. I could go into details, but...
No. That's okay.
So when I came to Port Charles, I went to the warehouse because I knew that was Sonny's place of business. I wanted to tell him that Dev wasn't my son. And that's when I walked into the firefight. Okay. Told you everything I've got. Now your turn. Who's Dev?